Hello, beautiful hoo-has of the world and the universe. It is so lovely to see you. Welcome to Strong Woman Camp. Olga was going to come, but she forgot her dress. So you're getting Lori Gibbs. Hello, I am the fun aunt of Camp Hoo-ha, which is to date probably the favorite job description I've ever had. I am here because approximately 3 years ago, I discovered Camp Hoo-ha that is the best camp that I've ever been part of. And for once, I wasn't 40 years old, 40 years too old to enroll in it because they apparently don't want me going to camp with the elementary school kids like I'm a bad influence or something. Hooray, Camp Hoo-ha. If it's your first time, woo, tweak your nipples. That's what we do. Just kidding. It's part of the hazing, but do it anyway. It feels good. I'd had to quickly tell you today, I'm coming to you from my mom's house. Some of you know my mom, Pat. She's 86 and she looks like she's my daughter. So not fair, but maybe I'll get the genes later. I don't know. And we got on the Park to Go shuttle and I was wearing this sweatshirt. My black Camp Hoo-ha transitions from day to evening seamlessly. And the Filipino bus driver looked at it and goes, "Whoa!" And I was like, oh my God, I found my prince. And then he goes, "Al Pacino, hoo-ha!" And I was like, you got it, buddy. Because I didn't feel like explaining the whole story in front of my husband, my son, and my cat. But he made my day. Usually I make crafts, and I had this great idea since we're doing Strong Woman Camp. I was going to make some very adorable little barbells out of food. So I thought if I could get those little straight little pretzels and then put some candies on the end, wouldn't that look cute? Well, Dollarama said, we don't think so, Gibbs, but here's what you're going to get. You're going to get some damn cheap breadsticks, because that's the closest you're going to get. And as far as the rest of it, marshmallows. So if you can grab something straight and hard beside you, and then something that you could jam the hard thing into. You guys, that's so rude. You can just stick that on there. Yeah, see that? You stick that on there. My God. Oh, it's so heavy. Oh, it's so heavy. I would eat it, but then we'd have one of those like marshmallow camp debacles and I'd have to call 911. So I'm not going to do that. But I'll tell you what, the truth is I wasn't really happy with this craft. There was something deeper in my soul that needed to come out. And the beauty that is Mel McKay, our high hoo-ha, is that she knows how to work with creative people. So the day before the event, when I say, I think I need to become a slam poet, she goes, okay, that seems fine. So I would like to do my first slam poem, which might also be a rap battle. I'm not sure. We'll decide as we go along. And there's a chorus that I need you to slam poem with me as we go through it. So we're just going to learn the chorus first. So repeat after me. I can't hear you, but I want you to be so loud and enthusiastic that actually maybe I do hear you. What? It's called magic. Look it up. So this is how it goes. Well, I'm a strong woman, and I'm here to say. Your turn. Well, I'm a strong woman, and I'm here to say. I could fuck you up in some spectacular ways. Your turn. I could fuck you up in spectacular ways. Yes, I'm a strong woman. Both my body and my brain. Your turn. Yes, I'm a strong woman. In my body and my brain. But because I'm regulated, I won't cause you any pain. But because I'm regulated, I won't cause you any pain. Okay, so whenever it's chorus time, that's when you come in and sing that at the top of your lungs, especially if you've got people that will be offended by it. So here we go. Well, I'm a strong woman, and I'm here to say I could fuck you up in some spectacular ways. Yes, I'm a strong woman, both my body and my brain. But because I'm regulated, I won't cause you any pain. In case you're new, we would like to say, welcome to Camp Hoo-ha on this January day. We're a badass group, and we look real tough. But we're smart and we're kind, and we'll help you with your stuff. Of course, we're a strong woman, and we're here to say we could fuck you up in some spectacular ways. Yes, we are strong women, both our bodies and our brains, but because we're educated, we won't cause you any pain. Our guest tonight on the hoo-ha stage has got 4 kids, so if we know that she's felt rage, does she take out her anger and light random fires? She could, but instead she flips tractor tires. We're strong women, and we're here to say we can fuck you up in some spectacular ways. Yes, we're a strong woman. You, both our bodies and our brains, but because we're medicated, we won't cause you any pain. Another thing that you might find cool about tonight's guest, who is Angie Hool. She honors her people with her moccasins and scarf. She's got the strength of the elders, even when she wants to barf. Well, we're strong women, and we're here to say we can fuck you up in some spectacular ways. Yes, we are strong women, both our bodies and our brains, but because we're medicated, we won't cause you any pain. We're almost done. It doesn't matter. I'm loving this. This is my new career. I'm Eminem. I'm Eminem now. I hope she tells us. I hope she tells us about the farmer's Carrie, because something happened to her wrist and it was really scary. I love that she honors her Kukum Maggie. Knowing Kukum means grandma makes me slightly braggy. Well, we are strong women, and we're here to say we could fuck you up in some spectacular ways. Yes, we are strong women, both in our bodies and our brains, but because we're medicated, we won't cause you any pain. So grab yourself a drink and or maybe a gummy. If your kids come to bug you, tell them, I'm not your mommy. Cozy on up, pour some glass of Nell's cry, and let those goddamn hoo-has fly. One more chorus. Well, we are strong women, and we're here to say that we can fuck you up in some spectacular ways. We are strong women, in both our bodies and our brains, but because we're medicated, we won't cause you any pain. Gibbs is a motherfucking Tupac Shakur. Thank you. Thank you. Please sit back on your couches. No need to get up. Okay.
Amazing, Lori.
Now, you guys, if you hear my phone ringing, it's probably HBO. I know they've already heard about this, so don't worry. I'm still going to hang out with you when I'm a famous rapper. But now, let me do something that I am honored to do. Let me welcome our camp artiste, one of the most loving, light, bright, sparkly, glittery people I've ever had the pleasure to meet and hold gently in my arms. Let's hear it for Mandy Stromo.
Well, I'm a strong woman. That was amazing, and I don't even know if I can draw after that. That was like the greatest thing in the world. Thank you, Laura Gibbs. Hello, ladies. This is just our warm up. We're so excited for tonight. Tonight, I'm just going to quickly draw you one of our favorite strong women, I think, in all the world, Betty White. And once I'm done that, I'll send that to Mel, and it'll be on social, and you guys can snag that, or you can like slow down the video later on and draw it as well, and stun your family and friends, which is exciting. I would really just love to just keep rapping that, Lori. I love it so much. Maybe you can just hum it along and give me some inspiration over here.
Sure. Maybe, well, Betty White's a strong woman, and she was here to say that I will be nice till my dying day. I will inspirate's not a word. No, it is now. I will inspirate the people with my sweetness and my sass. And if you don't like it, you can kiss my Betty White ass.
Woo! You're just so good.
Oh, hey, Mandy.
Yes.
I've been meaning to say something to you.
Okay.
Thank you for being
Oh, you're singing my favorite song.
Thank you for. We're a little worried about copyright issues, people. So thank you for being my breadstick. Travel down.
That's okay.
Travel down the road with marshmallows. Your heart is soft. You're a pal, and you're confident. See what I did there?
That was beautiful.
But if you threw a hoo-ha, embodied everyone you knew. Betty White would have some shots and do a dance, and we'd say, hey, that's all right. Thank you for being my lady.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I wrote that about 4 years ago. I've been practicing it ever since.
I think it was amazing.
I think you're amazing.
She is just such a special human. I'm just so glad we got her on this side of the tracks for so long.
Wasn't it cool when someone, some smart person worded it nicely on the internet that she was getting the most cheers to her because she passed away on New Year's Eve and everybody had a drink in their hand?
Yes, yes.
Oh, that was a cool way to look at that.
Oh, she timed it. Yeah. Oh, beautiful.
Yes, I'm a strong woman. You're the same. I can fuck you up in some spectacular ways. Should I get a costume for that?
Yes.
Your older costume.
I don't know. I don't have anything handy because I'm at my mom's house. Just take my shirt off, I guess. Come on, guys.
Oh, yes. That's
Come on.
what you like to see.
Come on. We don't need to scar Rob any more than he already. Ooh, that's pretty, Mandy.
Handle it. He can handle it. Oh, I just hope everyone out there is feeling full of love and just know that you are surrounded by so many beautiful friends. What do you think her favorite lip color was?
Rose.
So it's perfect, right? It's perfect. We're just gonna put that's her in the past and her in the present. And everyone, thank you for being a friend. Now let's get strong.
Yeah, go into the song.
Every camp has a theme song that requires you sing along. The more we keep on drinking, the better we'll start singing. If you like to drink, wanna learn to fix your sink,
Seems like a functional thing.
wanna earn some badges and unite with other badges. Let's make a place that we belong.
Sing the
Campfire hoo-ha song.
We're going to camp.
Hoo-ha, hoo-ha, hoo-ha. Yeah! Gonna camp hoo-ha, hoo-ha, hoo-ha. Yeah! Gonna camp hoo-ha, hoo-ha, hoo-ha.
Yeah!
Gonna camp hoo-ha, hoo-ha.
Who are you? Are?
You want the fun that camp brings,
I do.
but you really fucking hate camping.
I do.
Can make a craft or have a beer.
Craft beer.
You'll learn some useful shit here. That's what I hear anyway. Let's make a place that we belong
And
join the campfire hoo-ha song.
we're going to camp.
Hoo-ha, hoo-ha, hoo-ha. Yeah! Gonna camp hoo-ha, hoo-ha, hoo-ha. Yeah! Gonna camp hoo-ha. Me? Hoo-ha, hoo-ha. Gonna camp hoo-ha, hoo-ha. Hoo-ha, 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 hoo-ha.
That's 2 minutes. You were right. That's funny.
Hello, campers. Welcome to Camp Hoo-Ha. It is 2022. We are into our first event of the year and the back half of what is season 5. And I'm feeling all sorts of things tonight. I'm feeling excited. I get to be with my team again for the first time in a month and a half. And I get to be with all of you guys who are at home. I miss you guys so much. And I know we're ready to get strong together. So if you're a newbie, I would love for you to post in the feed. I'll give you a little bit of the lay of the land before we get into some of our regular stuff. My name is Mel McKay, and I am your hi hoo-ha. Carla, I believe, is the one that named me that. I am the founder of this thing, which is essentially like Girl Guides for Adult Women. We started in 2017. We weren't hoo-haing this way back in the day. We were getting together 70, 80, 100 of us every month, eating together, learning new lessons from rad camp counselors, earning badges, making amazing friends, and having fun the good old-fashioned way. But when COVID hit, we obviously went to an online format so we could keep the fun alive, lift spirits, stay strong together, and get through all of this so that we can hopefully get back to squeezing, touching, feeling, all of that stuff when we're sort of out of this thing. So one of my favorite things about camp is you guys, is the women that are a part of this thing. From the first event I had, I was terrified of you guys and inspired by you because you guys are so strong. And I know some of you probably aren't feeling that right now, but you guys are badasses and you're so strong. And I always feel like I need to leech off of you guys. I sort of like to suck the strength right out of you and make it my own. And Carla and Janine are two of the strongest bitches I know. Those two are like, they're so strong, and I think I've sucked a lot of the life out of them. Gibbs, she's not so strong. She's sort of a softie like me. And Stobo's sort of somewhere in the middle. So even my team has these sort of power and strength that makes me feel capable and able to get through this stuff. So, but by December, like, we had such an incredible September, October, November, December. We got to have our Oktoberfest outdoors. We had Hotel Hoo-Ha, which was an overnight experience, and campers came into that event. You know, they were coming in hot, ready to go. We had our epic denim event in person in November. We had a fun nude paint night. And as soon as things sort of wrapped up in December, all of a sudden the Omicron term hit the doom scrolling. And, I just started to feel like the rest of you really, really tapped out, really exhausted. And I was really just sad that, these in-person events had gone away. And, I kind of spent a lot of December, like the rest of us, eating brie cheese, drinking a lot of wine, and looking around going, how the fuck am I going to keep going? How am I going to keep going? I had nothing in the tank. I'm disappointing myself every time I set these goals or think I'm going to achieve something. And I don't know if I can carry this load, and I don't even know how to lighten my own load. So I kind of decided back, in December, if I can't get stronger by taking care of my own stuff, maybe watching how somebody else carries theirs is going to be what makes me stronger. And literally within probably days of me thinking this story about Angie Houle flies through my Facebook feed. And I just remember looking at her face in the photos and being like, that woman is a fucking beast. That woman is a beast. And I could tell by reading her story and looking at her photo that she didn't have none of this was easy for her, but she was strong and powerful. And I could tell she had a story to share. So like many other sort of ways of me finding camp counselors, I slid into her DMs, told her who I was, and said, we need to chat. I need to hear more about you. And that's how I sort of brought Angie into sort of Camp Hoo-Ha. And since then, I've tried to become her best friend. I called her on Facebook Messenger today, which is my signature move. Angie's like, no, everybody in my family calls me on Facebook. You're not the only one doing this. So I've had a really good opportunity to get to know Angie. And even today we're talking, and she's like, I'm not very comfortable talking about myself. And I'm like, dude, you're a big deal. You're fucking amazing. Take the stage and just tell everybody about who you are. We're not going to tell people how to lift weights, find a personal trainer to do that. We're going to tell you how to believe in yourself and overcome all of this shit, especially now, that can get in the way. So, not only is Angie the strongest camp director we've ever had at Hoo Ha, she's actually the first Indigenous camp director we've had as well. And through our conversations, and even in the last couple of weeks, I've really been thinking a lot about, other strong women and some of the matriarchs that have, stood in our land, taken really difficult paths, more difficult paths than we've taken over the years. So, and I know that Angie is from a long lineage of really strong women. She shared a picture of her grandma on Facebook. Her daughter is now competing in competitions as well. So, so tonight, as we hear Angie's story, I also want to acknowledge, as a guest on this land, all the people who make Treaty 7 their home and welcome us on it. And I also want to acknowledge Treaty 6, which is where Angie is from. So we're thrilled to have you. We're thrilled to hear your story. And I know you're going to lift us all up, and we're a heavy crew. So you're going to need everything you've got in you. On top of, we've got Carla, who I'm going to throw it over to right away, who's going to talk some light booze. We're a heavy drinking group as well. We're going to talk about some light booze. We've got the J9 with a strong woman in two songs today. So she's got a camp classic and then something else. She's got a surprise up her sleeve. Also, Angie is wearing her one of the shirts from her own collection. She has a brand, Just Deadly, which I love that term on its own is friggin' amazing. So she can tell you a little bit more about Just Deadly. And I'll share a code at the end of camp. Also, get your badges in the Hoo Ha store. We've got our Strong Woman badges. We've got some new merch. We've got Menopause Camp that the sign up will be ready tomorrow morning, so I can share more details about our Hot Flash Bash with Dr. Fiona Matatel. So, yay! Thank you, Lori. Thank you, Mandy. I'm going to pass it over to Carla. And thank you, campers, for taking that hour to yourself tonight to take care of yourself. So we will see you after camp. Over to you, Booze Counselor.
Are we good? Can we hear me? I am on. Excited to. Let me make sure you guys can see me. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Excited to be here. Because it's so strange. Mel's going to hate when I say this, but my gosh, I'm like, we're so getting used to these online events and nailing it and having fun and talking and getting ready. And we're just like, this is great. And we're reaching so many more of you campers, which is, it's really touching. It's getting us all. It's that spirit of unity that's happening right now. This strong woman, this strong people, this strong everything. I'm feeling it. So I'm loving it right now. Really excited. And then of course we got to talk about the hard stuff. The hard stuff is this dry January. Now, Mel and I have this conversation every year. I'm not a big dry January person, and that's because if you guys know me, I'm all about moderation. I'm all about don't restrict me. Don't tell me things I can't have, because then it makes me a little crazy. So I like to work on ways that we can just incorporate this little bits of joy and this lifestyle where we're still winning, where we're still strong, and we're still going forward. And so we kind of themed it, especially with tonight, we themed it, we're going to lift heavy, but we're going to drink light, but we're still going to drink. Because, don't tell me dry. We're still going to be wet. Let's still be wet, ladies. We're fighting for wet, aren't we? I'm fighting for wet. So here's what we're going to do. I got my Camp Hoo Ha muscle shirt on. Now, this is, if any of you guys are from way back, this is from I think season 2. It was early days, but I think Mel's going to be bringing these back. So these sweet little cutoffs, they're going to show our muscles. We're going to make Angie proud by building some biceps here. I'm super excited. But what we're going to do is we're going to drink light. So instead of cutting everything out, I picked Piquette tonight. Now, I hope you guys found some. I have my total product placement here tonight. because we got Benjamin Bridge out of Nova Scotia, Canada, representing. Super awesome. I used to say this sweet little winery out of Benjamin Bridge, but they are not. They are making 5-star Michelin restaurants up in New York City. This is to be reckoned with. They are awesome. And what's really fun about Piquette, if you haven't heard of Piquette, it's kind of like it's from way back. It's kind of what the farmhands and the vineyard workers would use at lunch. They would drink at lunch because it was just a bit lighter, so they could go back into the vineyard, they could work, and this isn't going to leave anybody with a massive hangover or need a big giant afternoon cat nap and not get any work done. It's also kind of been said that this is the White Claw for wine lovers, which I don't know about you, but I'm white clawed out. That's enough of that. But essentially what's happening with Piquette is it's a lower alcohol infused with water. So they're crushing the grapes and they're taking all of that pumice, which is the skins, the stems, the seeds, the pips, and like it's like all this stuff that's waste. And they're like, what do we do with this? So what they do is they'll take a bunch of water, add it back in, put it in a big tank, and let it more native yeast, let it ferment a bit. And Piquette is known as the little prick. Piquette means the little prick. It's a little prickle, if you will. So a little bit of effervescence in these wines, but essentially it's like when you go to find this, it's actually listed under as a wine cooler. So it is definitely maybe 5 to 9%. These Benjamin Bridge ones are 6%. So, I mean, this is going to go down as quick and as great as your favorite Bublé, your favorite La Croix, if you're on the top end of things. But the flavor will depend on the grape variety, but it will always give you a little prickle of effervescence on your palate, which is super fun. And, not just for summer. This is also, these slick little cans. I mean, they fit in my pocket when I take kids to hockey practice. But I'm telling you, Sauvignon Blanc, some Muscat, some Chardonnay, typically the grapes that are going to go in there are the super highly aromatic ones. So they smell amazing. Like you're going to get lime zest, lavender. Okay, we've also got the first one that I picked for you guys, which I'm hoping you guys found probably most readily in the market, was the regular Piquette dry hops. And it's really funny. It actually says fresh citrus and Fundy salt. Fundy. I'm like, is that the Bay of Fundy? What is Fundy salt? You guys tell me, DM me. I have no idea. Anyways, super fun. And then you've got a rosé Piquette, because I like rosé all day. So this one, we're going to crack it. And we're going to try this one. Now, I'm picky about wine glasses, so I'm trying one in every one. But like beautiful color, amazing. It's still, look at all the little bubbles in there. But like rose hips, lavender. This one's going to be super fun. Ooh, zesty, fresh, light, going down like your favorite bubbly. Now, here's the other one that I wanted to share with you. We didn't talk about it. This Piquette is alcohol-free. Alcohol-free. 0 alcohol, 0 sugar, which usually to me means 0 fun, 0 flavor, but I'm not going to go there. This one's vegan-friendly. This one's gluten-free. And you know what? Sometimes if we just need to cut out the alcohol because we're doing some other fun things, Gibber, maybe this is our one. And it's delicious. It's light. It's bubbly. If you drink it out of a wine glass, it feels like wine. It's got something habitual in it as you're having a nice glass, you're toasting, it's bubbly. But you're not going to maybe pay for it like sometimes we do. So that's kind of what we got going tonight. We're going to be being strong, lifting heavy, and drinking light. And I think these are an excellent choice if that's kind of where you're at. And it's one 100% better than any of the alcohol-free spirits that we have tried. I did my best. If you were on those events, you saw me try. I really tried. They didn't cut the crap. So we're going to go for these. I love these. They're great. So have fun with them. These could also substitute as your breathers in between. And, those of you during dry January, I promised Mel I'd give you a golf clap right here. Here's your little golf clap. You're doing great. Keep it up. January's almost over. And the other thing I want to say is get ready for the golf tourney, because these guys are going to help you make it to the Princess Ball. Keep that in mind. Right here. You need to go light if you want to make it to the Princess Ball. Okay, cheers. Have an awesome event. Enjoy, Angie. I can't wait to learn. And we're going to rock out, sip out, and be light with J9. You ready? Cheers.
Hey, everybody. I'm so excited for this strong woman night, day, evening that we're having. I love this idea because I got to tell you, the last couple of years, we need our strong women. We need our strong friends. I have so many people in my life who are so inspiring in so many different ways. And I think women can be strong, mentally, emotionally, physically. There's so many things that we have to overcome, that we do overcome every day, that we don't even know we're doing as we're doing them. I have so many friends who are so inspiring to me. My friend Jana, who has completely transformed her life since I first met her, and she's a fucking honey badger. I'm going to cry. She's just crazy and so strong. And it's funny because I'm a little bit of a people pleaser. So I always think sometimes WWJD, what would Jenna do? Because she doesn't give a shit. She'll fucking tell you like it is. And I love that. And I'm trying to be more like her. My friend Diane, who is just strong and amazing in every sense of the word. And I have so many people in my life who really motivate me to be better and stronger every day. And the last couple of years have been, if you follow my saga, just a little bit tough for me. And I'm learning to be stronger. So with that said, I'm going to sing the song from Self-Defense Camp, because obviously it's about kicking ass and that's what we should do every day. And I also wrote another one that I'm going to do for you guys that I didn't tell Mel I did because I wasn't sure if it was going to be done in time or not. So so the first one is, if you didn't see Self-Defense Camp, some of it won't make sense to you, but basically, you know what? Fucking stand up for yourself. Not today, motherfucker.
Do we need to, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Do we need to sort of explain the story along with it or no?
Yeah, I can. So if you didn't do Self-Defense Camp, there was this runner I believe she was in Seattle. She was out for a run. It was a Sunday morning, wasn't nighttime, wasn't dark. Not that should matter anyway. She was out for a run on a Sunday morning, training for something. And she went into a bathroom and just kind of felt, she was washing her hands and she felt just odd, like something was happening. So I'm not going to tell the story nearly as good as Lynn and Shelley do, obviously. But anyway, she felt someone was behind her. She got attacked. This guy basically came at her. They were fighting each other. They ended up getting locked in a bathroom stall together. She could feel herself kind of just draining. Like she thought, this is it. I'm going to be overtaken by this guy. And 3 weeks prior, she had taken a self-defense class at work. And she said all of a sudden she just built it up inside of herself. She started saying, not today, motherfucker. She thought about her family and everybody. And she was like, you're not fucking taking me. And she just kept saying, not today, motherfucker. And she beat the fucking shit out of that guy. And she got out of the bathroom. She locked him in. Bystanders called the cops. He ended up getting arrested, and woe is me, he killed himself while he was in jail. But anyway, yeah, she just felt that inside her. And that was kind of the thing, is like to have this mantra, whether it's, you're not going to take me from my kids, you're not going to take me from my family, whatever it is like, not today, motherfucker. Today is not my fucking day. So this song was written sort of inspired by that story. It's called, it's not called Not Today, Motherfucker, because that's her thing. It's called Fuck That Shit. I like to go for a run and not be attacked by some fucking dum-dum, like a dog pissing on a tree. I know what I want, how how to set a boundary. No is a sentence as complete as the beat you're gonna get from my feet. I won't stop, even if you beg. There's a reason God made your balls look like a punching bag. Think you can take me, think I'm a sucker. I know self-defense, not today, motherfucker. I'll kick you in the throat, I'll jab you in the gut, I'll rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat your nuts. So, you're a girl who tempts fate. You can come at me, I won't discriminate. I've been empowered by a team. They taught me primal shit, like how to fucking scream. We can have a boo-ha-ha up inside your hoo-ha-ha. Think you can take me, think I'm a sucker. I know self-defense, not today, motherfucker. I'll kick you in the throat, I'll twist your tip, I'll rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat your clit. Think you can take me, think I'm a sucker. Fuck that shit, not today, motherfucker. Okay, that was fun. Okay, so this next one's gonna be a real treat. So, I don't know if you guys will be able to hear this. So this is a Beastie Boys style rap. Thanks also for ruining that, Lori, by doing your own rap. But whatever, fucking fine. I thought I was the camp singer, but apparently I got some competition. This is funny. This song, I don't know. This was sort of inspired by, we've been having poker nights with the girls. So that's just things ramble. If you know how I write songs, things ramble around in my head, random things pop in my brain. And I think, oh, that's kind of funny. So this sort of started as like a whole poker thing, raising and betting and whatever. Anyway, so this song is called I Raise You a Hammer. It's a song. It's a rap. It's Beastie Boys style rap. So I'm going to play. I don't know if you'll be able to hear the music, but bear with me. I'm not a rapper. Just kidding. I'm mighty and I get respect. Okay, ready? Oh, shit. Fuck, see? I'm at my boyfriend's house and he's gone and I don't know how to work his TV, so there's no music. Fuck. I knew that was going to happen too. I'll just push all the buttons. Okay, it's not working. So you don't get any music, you just get me. Oh, I have an egg. Okay, ready? Okay. Oh, wait, it's saying something. A. No, it didn't work. Okay, anyway, sorry. Okay. I do my best in my career to advance my position year after year, but sometimes I feel like there's a band didn't get a promotion because I'm not a man. Well, I see a glass ceiling and I'll raise you a hammer. You better back up because it's about to shatter. Look at you, the cock of the walk. You better back up. Oh, fuck. I'll blow you over and then you're just a cock. A lot of men got scared, of course, when all us women joined the labor force because men know we know more than they do. Labor, that's something we naturally go into. You say housework is women's work? Yeah, because you can't handle it, jerk. I believe most men are wussies. Imagine them trying to push a baby out there. Hoo-ha! I see a glass ceiling and I'll raise you a hammer. You better back up because it's about to shatter. Look at you, the cock of the walk. Well, I'll blow you over and then you're just a cock. It's pretty clear that it ain't easy to navigate a hierarchy this sleazy. They say that cream rises to the top. Well, I know we women are the cream of the crop. To all the men who think they're alpha male, they better think again because I think they're pretty sale. They may be alpha, but we are beta, the next big thing. So smell your litter. I see your glass ceiling and I'll raise you a hammer. You better back up because it's about to shatter. I'm strong like bull, the bull you've been feeding me, telling me my whole life boys will be beating me. Psh, I see your glass ceiling and I'll raise you a hammer. You better back up because it's about to shatter. J9 out, motherfuckers.
Bravo.
Awesome. Awesome. I am going to hand it over to Angie, but I really feel like we need a Jana and Lori wrap off at menopause camp. Could be. Let's get competitive and see who's stronger. I'm just kidding. We're not like that.
I'll sweat more.
I want to bring Angie up. She's ready to go. She's got such a great story to tell, such a huge heart. I'm going to let Angie talk. I'm going to watch the feed for questions. So if you guys want to stop and ask her something, I'll be watching and can kind of just jump in and make sure we capture the questions in real time. And Angie, we want to hear everything. And I know you're shy and humble, but you're fucking amazing. So tell us everything. Welcome, Angie Houle to Camp Hoo Ha.
Hi, nice. Thanks for having me. While I am really shy, but it's an honor to be on your podcast tonight. It's pretty amazing that I get to do this and share my story. So it all started back when I was, I want to say in high school. I was always a really good athlete, and I didn't really get to make it that far because I had a lot of things going in my life that had a lot to do with our trauma, family trauma. And I don't really want to talk about my trauma, but that's where it came from. Like I was always a really good athlete. I was always really into sports. I played soccer, I played baseball, I did CrossFit. I did a lot of things. I was always jumping to sports just to save my mental health, if that makes sense. So when I started having children, I had children at a really young age, but I got married at a real young age too. So when I started having kids, my husband worked in camp, and so he was always gone. So in a way, I was always like a single mom. Even though my husband was there for us, I was always like a single mom. And I had my kids back to back, and I didn't really know how to handle that load of having 3 little babies at the same time, so I suffered a lot of postpartum depression. But at that time, I didn't know it was postpartum depression I was suffering from. I didn't know what was going through my head. I didn't know what was going wrong with me. I just knew something wasn't right at that time. So I guess that's how I got into string sports. Like I said, I was always a good athlete. So I started, I just freaking bought a stroller and started wheeling my kids around. And summer after summer, I took it to the track and found myself a tractor tire and started flipping that. And I had a relationship with a tractor tire for about a good 5 years. That helped me with my mental health. Like I was poor. We were poor. We didn't have a lot of things. We didn't have a vehicle. We didn't have a home. We were always living house to house. We weren't settled, even though we had kids. Even though my husband had a good job, we still weren't where we needed to be. And so I remember just going through life, being in that slump. And I remember just flipping that tire and just, praying about my struggles. And I don't know what hit me one day. And it just, I was tired out one day and I was flipping and it was raining. And I swear I seen myself in this platform. It was like a vision. I hate to say it in that way, but it was like a vision. It came to me and it was like, wow, keep pushing hard, because you're going to make it. You're going to get there. You're going to get to where you need to be in your life. Don't give up, because it was like I hit my rock bottom. I was ready to give up because I didn't know how to reach out for help. I didn't know, we didn't have a lot at that time, mental health, not a lot of people talked about it, right? You don't know what you're going through with your mental health. So I kind of just moved forward with that and prayed about that. And little did I know it would help me in my everyday and push harder with my children. And as they got to grow, I grew with them, and I started working out more. I started training. I got a fancy gym membership. And I bloomed from there. But yeah, it was a struggle for me to get to where I am now. And when I say struggle, it was like hard struggle. We were poor. We didn't have a lot of things. And raising kids at 19 years old, you're still a baby. You don't, it's just something you take on, and you have to, because you're mom now. So yeah, I put a lot of, I don't even really know how to talk about like I said, I don't really talk a lot about my struggles, but I want to share it now, because it really does help a lot of people come from where they, sometimes you live in a place where you don't have access to a lot of things, and living in a reservation, bush, you don't have access to a lot of things. You got to drive 45 minutes each way just to go do things, just to get your kid in a good sport. You have to drive 45 minutes every day. And if you have more than one kid, you're constantly driving, so yeah, it's just
Angie, how I want to talk about even as a kid, because I asked you like what sort of made you want to like lift things, and part of it is you're what, 6'2" or 6'1"?
I'm 6'1". So I grew up in a really good family. Like I shouldn't say I was poor, I shouldn't say I was struggling like that, but in my way we were, like, with me and my husband we were. But I actually grew up in a pretty good family. I had an awesome uncles, aunties, musums, kukums, cousins, and we were raised in a hunting family. So at a young age, I was always hauling out moose. I was always hauling out deer. I was always cutting wood. I was always, I grew up in kind of like a farm. I was always picking rocks in a garden. So I was always physically strong, but just not mentally strong, if that makes sense. Yeah. So, and I grew up with a lot of strong people around me. My grandma was one of the strongest, she's still here with me now. She's one of the strongest women I know. Like she worked every day in her garden. She cleaned for our household. There was constantly people coming in and out. My late Musum was the chief here in Whitefish Lake band for 20 plus years. So we always had people coming in and out of our home, and she would cook big meals each time. And this was every day. She always had a beautiful yard, she always took care of her home. She always took care of people that were around her. And I've never once seen her struggle where she needed a nap during the day. She was always go, 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 go. And now that she's a little bit older, she still goes. So I could say I was born with my physical strength. Like I used to lift couches when I was 7 years old, cleaning up, They would always laugh at me because I would be lifting up couches, rearranging the house, and throwing off rocks as much as I could. It just came natural to me. So
what was the feeling like when you were lifting things? Did you find that there was like an immediate release, like it was somehow kind of letting something out of you, whether it was the energy release or just the sort of like exertion, I guess, of lifting stuff? Did you recognize right away a connection between feeling good and lifting something?
I just thought it was natural to do that. I just thought everybody could do it. I just thought, to me, I was different. To me, I always feel like I'm different than everybody else because I actually am physically strong. Like people just call me when they get stuck, hey, Ange, or, you know, can you come push my car? Can you come push my truck? Or, you know, I'm stuck in a ditch. Can you come push me out? You know, so that's my natural, you know, like I'm one of the strongest, physically the strongest person I know, you know, that has that kind of strength. So to me, it just came natural. I just thought everybody else was like that. Like so when I started lifting weights, it just became natural for me. I could pick that up.
One thing we talked about too was, you know, for you, I know you're talking about your grandma being sort of a role model, but in terms of athletics, you didn't have somebody in your community that you could sort of like, that could mentor you in terms of the path you wanted to take. So how did that kind of shift your perspective in terms of, you know, having mentors and maybe even becoming one?
Well, growing up, I really didn't have no one to look up to. That was really hard. Like when I suffered with my children, I was always looking for somebody, like a role model, like to inspire me to do better. And I searched and searched, and it was so hard finding somebody that was driven the way I wanted to be driven, to be where I wanted to be, you know. And I said, boy, one day, whatever I do, whatever sport I do, whatever I'm good at, because I played so many sports just to be good at something, you know, just to make a difference in my children's lives. I just wanted to be good in something. So when it came up to weightlifting, I was so, by the first deadlift I've ever did, I was hooked. And I put myself right then and there, and I said, I had nobody to look up to. I'm going to be that role model for my kids. I'm going to be that role model for our youth, our young adults, you know, because I had no one. We have no one, really. Now we kind of do, but my buddy Colton and I, my cousin, he's one of the first Indigenous men to have a pro card in strongman, and we feed off each other, you know, like we push each other hard, and I'm proud of him. He's young. He's like freaking 15 years younger than I am. And I'm pushing for a pro card at 39 years old. You know, I never gave up on that dream. I never gave up on myself. I seen it, I wanted it, and I'm pushing hard to get it. Not just for myself, but for my kids and for everybody that's watching me, because I have a lot of supporters. I have a lot of people who want me to succeed for their children, you know, for our youth.
We had another funny conversation too. I said, well, all your friends must be coming to the gym with you all the time now. And you said,
no, they actually don't. They don't ever want to come with me. Some of them come with me. There's a few people that came and then they just don't ever come back. They don't ever come back. So I actually quit inviting people to come with me, because they always said, okay, Ange, I'm coming, pick me up. Well, they never did come. They came once or twice and that was it. They were done. They never gave their self a chance, you know. It's always, I'm so sore. Oh, I hurt. I can't do this. It's so hard. I don't know how you can do this. But my physical strength and everybody else's physical strength is totally different. And I always tell everybody that don't copy what I do. Don't lift what I lift, because there's no way you're going to be able to recover or walk the next day. Yeah.
Well, tell us a bit about what strongman is, and then how you made the leap from like sort of being into it to like, you know, competing and now being invited to these, you know, really incredible competitions.
Well, I have a story I want to share with how I got into strongman, and how I pushed myself for it, because I honestly was giving up on strongman. I was ready to give up in 2019. I was pretty much done. I kept pushing it. I couldn't find nobody to help me. There was absolutely nobody I could find in my area to do strongman. And driving to Edmonton is 2 hour drive from here. I was running out of options. I was running out of people to chase this dream that wasn't going anywhere, you know? So I have my oldest, Daniel, who is now 16. He got into a bad quad accident when he was 13 years old. He had broke both his legs, and the four-wheeler flipped on him, and his skin was holding on. His bones were shattered. And I remember it was so hard, and like having my other three kids, three kids with me, hauling them around when he came out of the hospital. I physically had to carry my son, every single day for about a good 3 months in his recovery. And he told me, Mom, he's like, I don't want you to give up on your dream of strongman. He's like, I want you to push hard, and I want you to succeed in it, Mom, because you're so strong. And I told him, okay, we'll do this. We'll do this together. As soon as you get better, we'll do it. I'll pursue it. So he walked within 6 months of his accident. And we were told he wasn't going to walk. We were told that he had, his circulation and everything was cut off. His bones were cut off. Everything was cut off. And they had to put rods together for his legs to heal. And within that 6 months, and with everybody praying for us, he skated for the first time. And now he plays hockey. And he's walking. He's freaking 6'4". He's growing. He's strong. And he just told me, Mom, I'm so proud of you. He's like, I told you you would make it that far, and you're a strong man. He's like, if you could carry me every day, Mom, to the bathroom, to whatever I needed to do, Mom, he's like, you're gonna make it. So that was very, very touching for my son to say that, for him to see me try and want to succeed at this sport. So from there, I went for it. And within 2019, I wanted to give up, and I prayed about it. And I shit you not, the next day, I found a partner, and she introduced me to it. She got my foot in the door, and I never looked back. I've been podium every single strongman I've done. Every single one I've been to, I placed, and I placed high. So I don't fuck around when it comes to strongman. I fucking put everything into it, and I fucking just go hard, and I train as hard as I fucking lift. I feel sorry for my husband sometimes, because he's like, he has to he takes on the role of being the mom and the dad. And I said, well, I took on that role for 12 years, while you were in camp. And it's my turn.
Don't you lift your husband sometimes too?
Well, if he doesn't fucking listen, I throw him around.
Angie, I have a lucrative position for you too. At summer camp, you can be the one to carry passed out campers back to their bunks.
Oh yeah,
that's a very intense job.
I actually don't mind doing that. I actually don't mind freaking carrying people. I do it all the time. I don't know if you saw my last post on Facebook. I saw that.
I sent Rob the photo. Rob, you can throw that photo up of lifting. So perfect. Hey, Angie, I want to talk about, you just talked about how your son is thanking you and encouraging you. You mentioned too, like, for you to commit to this time, for you to train and for you to compete, it takes away time from your kids, right? But and your kids know that you're making yourself stronger and better for them. So how do you kind of balance that, that being torn in a million ways? You've got a job, you've got training, you've got a family.
Well, I always said, If I'm not happy within myself, if I don't take care of myself, there's no way I'm going to be able to take care of my household. So I always put myself first, always. So when I need stuff done with myself physically, mentally, I do that. I check out. And I'm glad that my husband is there to help me every single step of the way. He's such a good support on that. So when I feel good, my house feels good. So when I train, because I work a full-time job too. So from my job, I come home, I cook, I clean, and then I'm off to the gym for 3-4 hours. I don't get home till like 10 o'clock. Like I said, I live 45 minutes from each town I train in. So I don't know how I balance it, but I do. I have to, because no one else is going to do it. No one else is going to do it for me. So I have to put in the work, and that's part of Strongman. That's part of our community. You know, you have to put in the work. You have to put in the work to see the results. You don't just go into Strongman thinking, oh, I'm going to lift that. It looks so easy. It's really not. It's one of the hardest sports you'll ever do in your life. You know, you're lifting 300 pounds. You're lifting over your head. You know, you're lifting freaking big stones that are 200 plus pounds. You're lifting big circus bells that are over 120 pounds over, you know, it's a really physical sport, but it's one of the best sports for me. It's mind blowing. It blows me away. I never get bored of it, never. And I always get bored of everything. I do. I get bored easy.
So
and then I move on.
So what do you think it is about? Is it just that you love it so much that has made you really stay committed to it? Like, what is it about this that's different than other things where you might, you know, move on from?
Well, for me, like I said, I struggle with mental health. I struggle with depression. I don't know if depression ever goes away, postpartum depression. I don't think it does. My girl is 7 years old, and I still suffer from, like, I still have my days where I can't get out of bed, you know? So when it comes to lifting, that I take everything out on my weights. I take everything out at the bar. So when my bar, me going out to a bar is going out to a gym. I take it out on my bar at the gym. Because I can't throw around my husband all the time.
Oh,
even though I think he likes that, he might want to knock me up if I keep doing that. I know.
I want to talk a bit about COVID, because I mean, a lot of people who were going to the gym and committed and had goals, you know, pretty quickly stayed home and drank wine and did fuck all for, you know, months on end. So, and I mean, we're in a city where there's gyms on every corner, and you already have barriers for you to get to do what you want to do, even pre-COVID. So how did you maintain the commitment, or how did you deal with the extra obstacles that kind of were in your path?
Yeah, what a way to freaking take up a hobby during COVID, hey? 2019 freaking 2020 freaking hit, and freaking surprise COVID, you know, lockdown. And here I'm just getting good at my sport. And I just made a commitment to myself. Like I said, I found that person that helped me, and I went with that. She put she opened some doors for me, and I just stayed focused. And if I couldn't get to a gym, well, I did it at home. You know, I freaking lift rocks at home. I freaking push my trucks. I push my cars. Like I said, people call me left and right to push them out of the ditches. Well, that's strongman training. You know, so, and then I invested in myself. As soon as I started making money, I started buying myself plates, gym plates. I started buying my strongman equipment. So I own a lot of strongman equipment. So I'm very proud of that. I bought myself a treadmill, a Peloton. I bought myself a spin bike during this lockdown because I didn't have access to a gym. Everything was closed. I set my mind to it, and I freaking worked my ass off for 2 years. 2 years to get to where I am now within this COVID bullshit. Year and a half. So yeah, my kids were with me every single way. Every single way. They work out with me, they're beside me all the time, you know. I never not include them when I'm at home.
Do you
So
compete?
yeah.
Do you just compete against women in strongman, or what's the competition kind of like?
Yes, so I compete in it's all weight category. So I'm a bigger girl now, so I get to compete with the big chicks. So I'm with the heavyweight women. So that's a big role. That's a badass title. There's some of the best women in Canada, some of the best women in Alberta that I get to compete alongside with, and I learn from them. I thrive from them. I watch them. You know, it's one of the best feelings. Comp day, you know, competition day, your adrenaline just spikes. It's adrenaline. I don't know. I chase it. Honestly, I chase it. It's such a good feeling. And then it's like I zone out. I don't even see anybody when I'm competing. It's just me and my weights. I always compete against myself. I really don't compete against anybody else. Comp day, I always push numbers on myself. You know, I have numbers I want to hit. I have reps I want to hit. So that's what I compete against when I compete. Yeah.
Somebody else was asking, how do you get a pro card? Like, is it a common thing, or what's the sort of way to get to that level?
No, a pro card, you got to work your ass off to get a pro card. You have to compete. You got to win nationals. Once you get to nationals, you have a big platform there because you're going up against all these big heavyweight women from Canada, from all over Canada. And you have to place first or second, and if you place that high in nationals, you get your pro card, and that pro card will take you a lot of places. It'll take you all over the US. Well, mind you, you could go into competitions in the US without a pro card, but just having that pro card, it brings you another level of strength. You know, it's another level of lifting, because when you have your pro card, you're lifting, like, I want to say 455 bench deadlifts. You know, it's a different game. It's a different mindset. You know, you have to be a lot stronger with the pro card. You know, you got to work just as hard, 10 times harder to get that pro card, to keep that pro card too, because they could take it away so easy too.
What would you say to somebody who's going to start, whether it's weightlifting or stroke club swim classes with Camp Hoo Ha, whatever they're going to start? What are some of the things that you do that you think help you, you know, become more successful or set you up to reach your goals? Like, is there little things that you do that get you out of a funk or keep you on the right path?
Well, like I said, you always have to put yourself first. You know, if you're not putting yourself first in a lot of things, then success is hard to achieve. For me, anyway. Sleep. Sleep is good, and you just got to work really hard. You got to put your mind to it. When they say put your mind to it, set your goals, they really do. It really does pay off. Put into work, you know, even though it's a long drive, take that drive for yourself. You know, blast your music, sing as loud as you can, say fuck, fuck, fuck. If you had a bad day, you know, just fucking get it done. Just fucking do it.
Also, go ahead.
Be deadly.
Just be deadly. Oh, I love it. You're gonna come to summer camp. I just know it. We're gonna follow up. I also know from our conversation that you've got an awesome crew of women that you hang out with. Some of them are in your community. Some of them, you know, you're Zooming with or whatever. And what's the role that your friendships play in your mental health and your commitment to your goals?
Well, I always get made fun of because I always have a native bougie entourage everywhere I go. But those are the women that support you. Those are the women who love you, and you're blessed if you have just one person in your life, and you're super blessed if you have two more, like you don't need a lot of friends to have a good circle. You just have to have a good circle, somebody that will support you, somebody who will love you, somebody who will honor you and not be jealous of what you're doing. Because there's a lot of women out there who are very, very jealous, put you down for nothing. But with my circle, like I've known these ladies for 10 plus years. We've been friends for so long, and it's good to have somebody I can trust, somebody I can rely on. And when I say rely, like I really do rely. When come comp day, they're carrying my chairs. They're carrying me out of the arena, because there's days where I can't even walk the next day, and they're helping me out, so it's always good to have that support, even though you just have one friend, two friends. It's, hold on to that, because friends are sacred, they're the ones that'll help you get through your days. They really are. And I treat my friends like royalty. They treat me like royalty too. Yeah. So it works both ways.
You have one friend, is it Charity, her name is?
Yeah, Charity.
Does she compete too, or she's
No, Charity doesn't compete. She's actually going to school right now for her
midwifery?
Yes. What is it called? Sorry?
Midwifery, like to be a midwife?
A midwife, yes. So she lives out of Calgary right now, and she's going to school for her midwife. But she was the one, she wanted to compete as a bodybuilder, a swimsuit model. And oh my gosh, this Charity is just lit. She's lucky I don't like women, and I'm married.
Doesn't she have 9 children too?
She has 7 children.
7 children.
7 children. And she has a body of a freaking swimsuit model. Like, she's beautiful. Like, I don't know how she does it, but she does it. Yeah, she's an awesome mom.
I was laughing because somebody was joking. They said like Nike was onto something with just do it, but yours is just fucking do it, which is way better than the Nike.
Just fucking do it. Just do it. That's what you got to go to now. That's what you got to fucking put your mindset to nowadays. Because a lot of times you get lazy in your days. Who the hell wants to go to a gym after freaking 8 hours of working? No one. I don't. But I do, I have to push myself. Mind you, pre-workout works for me. Not that I'm promoting pre-workout, but it helps me.
What's pre-workout?
It's like a powder you take before your workout. It gives you like a burst of energy.
This is cocaine. That's kidding.
It's not cocaine, but it kind of looks like it.
That's for summer camp too. I'm getting too much into summer camp.
Yeah.
Does anybody on the team have questions? You guys are all listening intently, and I'm sure Lori does. Lori, you go ahead. I'm monopolizing Angie.
Angie, tell the story about your wrist.
Oh, okay, yes. So I was at provincials, and it was one of the lifts I've never really done before. Like a lot of these lifts, when I go into strongman, I only have a few times to practice them because I don't have access to a lot of the equipment that they use. So it was called the farmer's carry, and we had to run a certain distance, and it was 400 pounds per hand or 200 pounds per hand. So you have 200 pounds per hand. So you have to run with it. So as soon as it went off, I kind of took a lead, And halfway through that lead, I freaking fell. I fell so hard. I freaking fractured my hand. It was just all fractured. And I didn't know it was fractured. So I got up. I set my weights the way they needed to be, and I finished that run. I took third. I took second. I took second in that run, in that heat, finishing after I fell hard. I was bruised on one side of my body. It was like the best fall I've ever had in my life. It's just something just told me, get up, do it. You can finish it. I was ready to give up. I wanted to, in a way, I kind of wanted to cry. It hurt so bad. But at the same time, that hurt only lasted like a few seconds and it was gone. My adrenaline kicked in. I finished it. And little did I know, I went and I finished 2 other events with a fractured hand. I still had to carry a 220-pound sandbag across the finish line with a fractured hand. I didn't know it was fractured.
Wow.
So when you want something and you put everything into it, you're gonna finish it. Just fucking finish it. Just fucking do it. That's what I kept telling myself. Just fucking finish it. Quit being a little crybaby. Quit being a little bitch.
Somebody's asking about diet. Do you have a pretty specific diet, especially when you get closer to competition time, or are you pretty easygoing about what you're eating?
Well, my diet consists of a lot of wild meat. I don't know how everybody else eats, but I love wild meat because I grew up in a hunting family. So I always eat a lot of moose meat, a lot of elk, a lot of fish, whatever we have, whatever they hunt that season, I'll eat. So everybody always makes fun of me because they always call me Moose Meat Powers. or Moose Meat Knuckles, or Moose Meat Strong, or it could go on and on and on. But as for a diet, I kind of watch what I eat. I cut out a lot of things, but with strongman and weightlifting, we get to eat a lot of carbs, a lot of potatoes, rice, bread. So I'm not very food deprived. I just have to watch how I eat. And when I lift heavy weights, I'm always starving. I'm always hungry. I'm never not hungry, So I eat a lot of meat. I eat a lot of fish. I eat a lot of eggs. And it keeps me full. It keeps my muscles growing. It keeps me with my recovery. And a lot of water. And electrolytes. No liquor.
For now.
For now.
I have to get Rob. We're getting sort of close to the end. I'm going to watch for some more questions. And if any of the team has more questions, we can get those guys to ask as well. But Rob, can we show the picture of your daughter?
Sure.
What's your daughter's name that's competing?
Her name is Everly Cardinal. Yes.
Do you want to tell everybody, because this is the perfect way to sort of talk about how. Yeah. Didn't I send you the one of her daughter? Okay, give me 2 seconds. I'll send that one. Yeah, why don't you start telling us about how proud you are of what your daughter is doing, because she sees a fucking amazing mother. And I'll send Rob the photo.
Yeah, so I'm paving the way for my daughter. Like I said, I want to pave the way for our Indigenous youth, but my daughter is my sidekick. So whatever comes open, availability for children, I put her in, especially when it has to do with weightlifting. So she entered her first weightlifting competition through Misfit. Misfit is one of our biggest sponsors in Strongman, and they do powerlifting and they do Strongman. Very awesome. They're one of the best people I know. Her name is Caroline. And so she held during her powerlifting event, her big annual Shell Shock. She put a children's division in there, and I put my girl in as fast as I could spell her name. And she entered, and yeah, I taught her everything she knows, and little did I know, she amazed me and she won. And now her and I are a mother duo through my sponsor, Panda Strong. So she's going to be coming out with an apparel line too, with her weightlifting. So it's going to be Just Deadly mother-daughter duo. Yeah.
Somebody was asking about what does Maskawa Onatiniku mean? It was on the Panda Strong speech?
Strong warrior. Strong warrior. Yeah, that's what it means. Strong warrior. Strong warrior women. Sorry. Strong warrior women. I know it's kind of a hard word to say. But I really wanted to put a Cree word in there. And a lot of our Cree words are really long. They're really long. So that's what it means. Strong warrior woman. Yeah.
Love it. If anybody else has any questions on the team, I'm watching the camper feed. Yeah, go ahead. Oh, you got a picture of her daughter? Okay. Awesome.
So when I lift my weights, when I deadlift in my moccasins. And I always feel really grounded when I'm in my moccasins. It feels very powerful. Like that's where the most I feel powerful is when I have those on. You know, I wasn't raised in a traditional home, so I don't want to bring up that way, like the Indian way, our traditional ways. But I was raised with my grandma, and she always taught me to cover my feet. You know, always have moccasins, and I grew up in moccasins. So when I wear my moccasins, I'm powerful. That's the most powerful. And when I wear my my kukum scarf, she's with me everywhere I go. So that's what that resembles. Everybody always asks me about my kukum scarf and why I wear a kukum scarf. Well, why not wear a kukum scarf? You know, I love my kukum. I'm showing her what she taught me, and that's how I carry my kukum everywhere I go. Every lift I do, she's with me. And with my moccasins, I'm grounded, and with my girl, she's taking on that too. You know, she's gonna learn how deep those roots are when it comes to lifting, where our inner strength comes from.
J9's being shy and doesn't want to ask a question, so I have to ask on her behalf. She's just wondering if you have siblings. J9 has a big family, so she's always had to learn wrestling moves to to survive in her household. So she's wondering if you had a bigger family.
Well, I from my mom, I have 3 sisters. I'm the oldest of them, all 3 sisters. And then from my dad's side, I have 3 siblings too. And actually, now that you bring that up, I have a brother who also is into weightlifting, but not really anymore. He has he's taking care of his family. He started having kids, but he holds a title too for one of the strong. He does powerlifting. So he had a national title when he was 18 years old. He competed in Russia, and he's out of Saskatchewan. So, you know, strength is in my genes both ways.
Awesome. Well, I want to bring this beautiful team up all together, Rob. Maybe just let me know when you've got us all on camera. Look alive, ladies, look alive. Big, huge, happy faces, grateful. I want to squeeze you all. What a great way to kick off 2022. I'm feeling good vibes. Maybe, I don't know what it is, but I just feel like we've got to get through this, and you know, finding our strength and doing it together. And, you know, one day, one foot at a time is going to be, you know, how we have to do this. I think it's going to still take some time, but I feel like good things are happening. So huge thank you to Team Hoo Ha tonight. We had such a hodgepodge of fun tonight. We had slam poetry from Lori Gibbs, who's off visiting her mom. So thanks for being able to carve off some time for us, Lori. We love you. Some Betty White portraits from the lovely Maddie Stobo. Love you, Stobo.
Oh, I love you so much.
Yes, we love you. Carla, our booze counselor, thanks for lightening things up for us tonight. Love you. Thanks for showing your muscles in your muscle shirt. The J9, we are so grateful to have you. Thanks for the nutsack lyrics and your beautiful face. I miss you too. Rob Kelly, our producers behind the scenes. You guys can't see him, but he's got his hee-haw hoodie on tonight that I had made for him. So Rob is an important part of our team, so we're always grateful to Rob. And Angie Houle. God. J9 cried tonight, so I'm trying not to for once, but you're so fucking awesome. And it's crazy to me to hear you say, like, I don't really talk about myself. I hope you realize how amazing you are and the effect you have on your own family and the rest of the world. Like, you are beyond capable, beyond inspiring, and you are just what we need. In fact, I wish we could have more of you, but we'll get there. We'll get there, Angie. So thank you, campers, for joining us. A couple of quick announcements. Our menopause camp registration will be open tomorrow, and it is on a Friday, February 25th. So we're gonna hoo-ha late. We're gonna have cool cocktails with the booze counselor and some hot flash tips from Dr. Fiona. So we're gonna have a fantastic night on February 25th. We also have on February 15th or February 13th, registration is opening up for our Calgary first ever golf tournament, which is going to be at Bears Paw Golf Club. They're going to need a great vacuum to get all that glitter the next day, because we're going to have a Disney princess themed dress code and a after party that's going to be sort of a royal ball. It's going to be fucking a mess and lovely. So I'll be sharing more details about that. So February 25th, Menopause Camp. I'm going to be sharing some details with you about how to get some Just Deadly apparel from Angie. So support her, get a hoodie, get a t-shirt, get whatever you can. So I'll post that in the Facebook group after. And take care of yourselves, campers. Put yourself first. According to our camp counselor, that's how you need to, that's the one lesson we're learning from tonight. Get your badge, and we'll see you guys back here in February. Bye.
Bye.
Every camp has a theme song that requires you sing along. The more we keep on drinking, the better we'll start singing. If you like to drink, wanna learn to fix your sink,
Seems like a functional thing.
wanna earn some badges and unite with other badges. Let's make a place that we belong.
Sing the
Campfire hoo-ha song.
We're going to camp.
Hoo-ha, hoo-ha, hoo-ha. Yeah! Gonna camp hoo-ha, hoo-ha, hoo-ha. Yeah! Gonna camp hoo-ha, hoo-ha, hoo-ha. Yeah! Gonna camp hoo-ha, hoo-ha.
Who are you? Are
You want the fun that camp brings,
I do.
but you really fucking hate camping.
I do.
Can make a craft or have a beer.
Craft beer.
You'll learn some useful shit here. That's what I hear anyway. Let's make a place that we belong
And
join the campfire hoo-ha song.
we're going to camp.
Hoo-ha, hoo-ha, hoo-ha. Yeah! Gonna camp hoo-ha, hoo-ha, hoo-ha. Yeah! Gonna camp hoo-ha. Me? Hoo-ha, hoo-ha. Gonna camp hoo-ha, hoo-ha.
were right. That's funny.